Hey everybody, thanks for checking out my second Dobyns rod review for the year. I've got a really exciting one for you guys here today. We are talking about late March in the Ozarks, and from right now all the way through May is my favorite time to be talking about throwing a shallow running crankbait. You know, from winter through early spring when the water's cold, I've made a point about how I really like a graphite rod to be able to feel every move that crankbait makes. Specifically talking about throwing a wiggle wart or a rock crawler, I feel like it's important to be able to feel everything on that bait, because in cold water a lot of times you're not going to feel much of a bite at all. Your crankbait's just going to stop wobbling, and you're going to need to set the hook right away, otherwise you're probably going to miss the bite. So I stand by the fact that I like that graphite rod in the cold water months whenever you're trying to force that early crankbait bite. But this spring we've had a lot of unseasonably warm weather, so for the last 2-3 weeks we've been able to start catching them on a shallow running crankbait, and that's when I like to switch over to a glass rod whenever I'm shallow cranking. The rod that I've been using the last few weeks is the Dobyns Champion XP 705 CB glass, and I absolutely have had a great time catching a lot of fish on a shallow running crankbait with this rod. There's certain things I like about a glass rod whenever it comes to shallow cranking. The first thing is, you know, obviously with a shallow crankbait, the bait's only running 3, 4, 5 foot, so it's, you know, a lot closer to the boat. You don't need to feel every move that the bait makes. And in shallow cranking, everybody knows that a lot of times you get a bite right at the boat, and you need to have some shock absorption with the glass rod to be able to let that fish eat the bait better in a shallow water situation. Whereas if you're using a stiffer rod, a graphite rod, you know, you feel everything too quick, and you can honestly pull it away from the fish or hook them on the back hook and lose them throughout the fight. And that's where this glass rod comes into play big time, as far as just allowing the fish to bite the bait fully and inhale it all the way and getting a good hook in them. And then also just for fighting the fish, this glass rod bends way far down the rod. You can have a lot of shock absorption and be able to land a lot of the fish that you hook. You know, the water's warming up, the fish have been cold all winter long. We're talking about warm water conditions, and the fish fight super hard. They're very aggressive, and anything you can do to help land them is obviously a plus, and that's a major attribute I think you get out of a glass rod. So like I said, caught a ton of fish on the 705 CB glass using anything from a Bill Lewis hammer flat all the way up to a 2.5 size square bill. This rod handles the 1.5 square bills really well. And like I said, for all my shallow water cranking, this 705 CB glass has been awesome this spring. So if you're in the market for a good shallow water crankbait rod, go over to dobynsrods.com. And I hope it works for you just like it's worked for me. So I hope these videos are helping you guys selecting a good rod based on my testimonials. If there's anything you'd like me to include, please drop a comment. I would love any feedback at all, just to help out with whatever rods you guys might be checking out from a Dobyns rod lineup. So I've had a great experience fishing with Dobyns the last 2-3 years, and I hope you guys do as well. So if there's anything I can add, anything else you guys would like to see, please drop me a comment. And as always, I appreciate you guys checking out these videos. It means a lot to me, so thanks for watching.